In the past, many crocodiles were large enough to feed on large dinosaurs. Get ready, because this video will leave you jaw-dropped. The 10 biggest prehistoric crocodiles. Number 10. Machimosaurus Rex. The Machimosaurus was a genus of prehistoric crocodile that lived in the late Jurassic and early Cretaceous in Europe and Africa. Its large geographical range indicates that it was a very successful hunter. Of all Machimosaurus species, Machimosaurus Rex was the largest, reaching an estimated length of 31.5 feet. No wonder it was called Rex. Its discovery in Tunisia in 2016 left everyone astonished. Machimosaurus teeth have rounded tips, leading to the belief that they were specialized machines for crushing hard surfaces such as turtle shells, ammonites, and bones of larger animals. Bite marks of Machimosaurus have been found on turtles and the bones of Aegisuchus, a giant, long-necked dinosaur weighing 9 tons. It's believed to have been the terror of ancient rivers and could ambush its prey when they approached to drink, much like crocodiles do today. Number 9. Stomatosuchus. Introducing the enormous Stomatosuchus. This crocodile lived in Egypt during the Cretaceous period and measured around 33 feet long. But wait, don't think it was a great predator. It likely had a toothless jaw. Some paleontologists believe its upper jaw had small teeth, but the lower jaw lacked teeth and served as a pouch made of skin, similar to that of pelicans. In fact, its full name is Stomatosuchus inermis, meaning weaponless mouth crocodile. What an elegant name for such a peculiar animal! Despite its lack of teeth, this fellow didn't starve. It fed like a vacuum, sucking in water with fish, then closing its mouth and squeezing its pouch muscles to expel the water and keep only its prey. Unfortunately, its skull remains cannot be thoroughly analyzed because only one was found in Munich and it was destroyed during a bombing in World War II. Imagine the story that skull could have told if it had survived. Number 8. Gripposuchus. Do you know gharials? Those reptiles resembling crocodiles with long, slender snouts that feed on fish? That must have been how Gripposuchus looked, only a bit larger, as it reached a length of 33.3 feet. Larger than a bus! It lived throughout South America, which at that time was covered by huge wetlands, and its existence spanned a period from 23 million years ago to just 5 million years ago. How did this crocodile manage to have such a long and successful existence? The answer may lie in the lack of competition. Crocodile-like reptiles of that time either preferred to be on the shores of salt water or preferred to eat large animals on the banks, leaving the Gripposuchus as the only major predator of river fish. No competition. All the fish buffet for him. Its disappearance occurred when the Andes mountain range began to form and the vast flooded territories it lived in dried up to form what is now the Amazon rainforest. The change in its habitat brought an end to the reign of the Gripposuchus, the great fish hunter of prehistory. Number 7. Euthysedon. The Euthysedon was a genus of crocodile that measured up to 35 feet. It inhabited Africa 23 million years ago and, like gharials, had an elongated snout that made it a specialist in catching fish. Its skill is quite curious, as when viewed from above, the edges of its jaw resemble a saw. Number 6. Rhamphosuchus. The Rhamphosuchus was another prehistoric crocodile with a long, slender snout like gharials. It lived in Pakistan and India during the Pliocene 5 million years ago. There are only remains of its skull, but it's estimated to have measured up to 36 feet in length. Its long snout would have served to capture fish, although its large size would have indicated that it could also eat larger prey. Moreover, during the time of the Rhamphosuchus, there must have been fish so large that they'd provide the necessary nutrients to maintain its large size by exclusively feeding on them. Imagine the scene where a Rhamphosuchus faced one of these enormous fish, a spectacle of nature. Number 5. Sarcosuchus. The Sarcosuchus inhabited Africa and South America 133 million years ago. It was 38.2 feet long. This immense size was due to their ability to grow to very old ages, seemingly without stopping. Paleontologists found a fossil of around 40 years old that was still growing at that age. This huge monster also had a large snout which comprised 3/4 of its skull. Inside, there were 70 teeth in the upper jaw and 62 in the lower jaw, and, like other crocodiles, its back was covered with osteoderms, in essence, bony plates in its skin. The Sarcosuchus had a generalized diet similar to a large modern crocodile, including large terrestrial animals. It shared its habitat with fish like lepidotes and Mausonia, and dinosaurs like Lurdosaurus and Tyrannosaurus, all of which could well have been its prey. You might have wondered, why did crocodiles survive the asteroid when dinosaurs didn't? This is because crocodiles are cold-blooded animals, regulating their temperature with the surrounding environment, and therefore requiring less food intake than animals that maintain their own heat. That's why they can go for long periods without feeding, allowing them to survive the food shortage that followed the asteroid impact. Additionally, their offspring, when born, fed on insects, and species with this diet were known to have better survival rates after the catastrophe. Number 4. Mourasuchus. 15 million years ago in South America swam the Mourasuchus in the lakes and wetlands of the continent. This crocodile had a skull similar to that of a duck and reached a length of up to 39.4 feet, weighing up to 4.4 tons. Its jaws are considered quite weak, and its teeth were too small compared to its size, making it unlikely to be a major predator. Some think it may have waited with its jaws open for prey to approach, while others believe it foraged in the underwater soil with its snout to find small animals. There are even scientists who theorize that it fed on aquatic plants. However, the most accepted possibility is that it was a filter-feeding crocodile, swallowing large amounts of water with fish, mollusks, and small crustaceans inside, expelling the water using the muscles of its mouth and keeping the prey in its snout. This method would have allowed it to obtain the necessary food to sustain its large body, since other crocodiles in what is now the Amazon were dedicated to hunting large animals. The Mourasuchus was the ultimate predator of small animals, and its large size would have deterred other crocodiles from eating it. Number 3. Deinosuchus. 82 million years ago, during the Cretaceous period, this great predator lived in the United States and northern Mexico. Its name, Deinosuchus, means terrible crocodile, and it could measure up to 39 feet in length and weigh up to 8.5 tons. Its back was also covered with osteoderms, giving it a tough covering similar to modern crocodiles. Its growth rate was also similar to modern crocodiles, but its lifespan and growth period were much longer. It lived an average of 50 years and grew until the age of 35. Its teeth were thick, curved, and had vertical grooves, with 22 in the upper jaw and the same number in the lower jaw. Due to its robustness, it is believed that its teeth were more for crushing than for puncturing, using them to break turtle shells. Moreover, its large size indicates that it must have also hunted dinosaurs, dragging them into the water to drown them and then consume them. There are remains of an Albertosaurus and Appalachiosaurus with marks from the Deinosuchus. Both were carnivorous tyrannosaurids, demonstrating the little respect this large crocodile had for dinosaurs. It is believed that this great predator already used the technique known as the death roll, which we can still observe in modern crocodiles today. To achieve this, the crocodile makes its entire body roll while biting a portion of the captured animal, which is usually still alive and fighting for its life. One of the most terrifying spectacles to witness in nature. Number 2. Purussaurus. The Purussaurus measured 42 feet long and inhabited South America during the Miocene, being the apex predator of its ecosystem. Its teeth were somewhat curved and had crests on the edges, making them very effective for piercing and gripping flesh. It was an ambush predator that waited for its prey in the water and could also employ the death roll. The Purussaurus's diet included a wide variety of animals, such as the Stupendimus turtle, sloths, xenarthans, notongulates, and the Ceratonia monkey, and large rodents like the Joseph Artagasia, an ancestor of the capybara that weighed 1,540 pounds. It also preyed on river dolphins and even other large crocodiles like the Gripposuchus and Mourasuchus. Number 1. Aegisuchus. This large crocodile was found in Morocco, though in a fragmented state. Only the parts of the skull that were in contact with its brain, located in a 2.4 cubic inch cavity, have been discovered. This has led to the assumption that the Aegisuchus could measure up to 49 feet. It lived in the Cretaceous between 98 and 93 million years ago. At that time, Morocco had a river delta flowing into the Tethys Ocean, which was widening between the two great continents, Laurasia to the north and Gondwana to the south. The Aegisuchus hunted along the shores of that delta. Analysis of its skull indicates that it had eyes that looked directly upward, suggesting it was an ambush predator resting on the water's surface, waiting for its prey to arrive. In addition to terrestrial animals, it could have eaten fish like the sawfish Acropristis, coelacanths, and, in turn, may have been preyed upon by the Spinosaurus. Can you imagine seeing these two giants face to face? These were the largest crocodiles of all time. Did you find yourself with your jaw wide open? I sure did. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and activate notifications. See you next time.